it's Max Logan here to say it's Max time, come what may.
It's Max time with your most happening host, me, Max Logan. We have a diverse group on the show today. We have mugging victim Serena Lacey from New York. And we even have her mugger calling in. It's gonna be exciting. We also have a New York musician and independent operator calling in. We have two special guests from an Italian club with known mob connections. We have hospital receptionist Loretta Cancero sharing her encounter with the G-Team. Loretta witnessed some concerning things done by the G-Team and its fugitives. Remarkably, the infamous rifle-toting kid House will call in. We're going to hear firsthand from a BLM official about their encounter with the G-Team. We also have a woman who witnessed the G-Team kill 2 police officers. We have 3 residents of Riverdale in New York who engaged with Rick Liberty. All right, let's get to it. We have New York mugging victim Serena Lacey on the show today.
They tried to help me when a man demanded money from me.
So, how did the G-Team help you handle this apparent mugger demanding money?
They confronted the man. They demanded he leave me alone and that he was not entitled to my money.
Wait a minute. You're saying the G-Team stepped in to help you against being mugged?
Yeah, they got involved right away. The moment they saw me in trouble, they definitely stepped in. Rick Liberty himself, he was there. He declared that the man was essentially Shane Guilt mugging me.
This is a new form of mugging that uses guilt as its weapon. People claim or feign being victims and demand restitution to make the problem go away.
That's exactly how I felt. I just wanted all the hate and blame to stop. He wouldn't let up.
I decided that I could afford the money he wanted, so I agreed to give it to him.
You must know if you give a bad man something for free, he will come back later for more.
Well, the G-Team escalated things and threatened the man, and he freaked out and cried. People started filming the whole thing, and I agreed to give the man my money. I wanted everything to de-escalate and be over and done. The G-Team was incensed, though. The G-Team was hell-bent on confronting and stopping the man from intimidating me for money. Rick Liberty and the G-Team finally withdrew. They left me to pay the man, like I asked. I think the G-Team intended to be good and help me, but their solution of threats of violence didn't work.
I watched a lot of those videos that bystanders took while you were being guilt mugged. Those videos didn't show Rick or the G-Team doing anything more than threaten the guy. Scaring a man to protect a woman from a mugging doesn't seem inappropriate to me. In fact, I'd say protecting a woman from a mugger is indisputably a good thing. And when the guy starts playing the victim card in front of the cameras, the G-Team retreats. I bet the mugger knew the G-Team would unlikely take action in front of the cameras. The mugger weaponized guilt, public shame, and social media in front of those cameras. He weaponized public opinion to extort you.
I don't know about all that. The G team are heroes. They tried. I don't think I should have asked them to go or given my money to the mugger.
But the problems went away when I paid the price, and I was free to go. It's that way now in New York. I don't think some G team can change the course of New York.
I wish they could make things better, but I don't think anyone can.
Agreed. I don't see how the G team could change the course of an entire city like New York. Let's hear from the alleged mugger, Alec Cauldron, to his side of the story.
They ganged up on me and threatened me. Mean bullies.
You're saying the G team threatened and intimidated your big self? That's a hard sell. You're a really big guy, and it seems odd they would just get in your face. Did they use a weapon?
I told you, they ganged up on me. They all went after only me, defenseless me.
The G team wanted to hurt or kill me, but I was lucky. People recording them stopped them. Hey, and they had guns. They were armed. They were out to kill me. Those people recording with their phones saved my life.
So they left, and that was the end of it? Nothing else happened? Did you get your money? Yeah, she gave me restitution for her Karen privilege. And I left. Nothing bad ever happened. It seems to me that something did happen. Serena was shame guilt mugged. Despite the G team threatening Alec, the mugger, they were forced to leave. And the mugger got the money he wanted from his victim, Serena. It's clear that the G team was defending a woman from being a mugging victim. Let's move to our next interview. A New York starving artist musician named Chuck Shaft was beaten by the G team.
They murdered my friends. They gotta be stopped.
That's a serious allegation, that the G team murdered your friends. Can you share what happened?
I sure can share what the G team did.
Yeah, it was that Seraphim girl. She came at us crazy.
Are you talking about the G team assassin woman? The strawberry blonde sniper woman who wears white outfits and crosses.
That white bee pulled a collapsible bow staff out of nowhere.
Wait a minute. She just happened to have a martial arts weapon on hand? That's wild. Sarah carries a concealed bow staff wherever she goes.
And she used her so-called amazing weapon to beat the heck out of us. She was fast. She tripped, cudgeled, and broke our bones.
that Sarah was lethal. She cracked skulls, killing my friends.
How many of you and your friends were there?
6 guys plus me, and some of their friends. Over a dozen, I'd guess.
So one woman with a stick fights off a dozen guys?
Yeah, she was like a black belt with a staff. No one even got near her. Hey, she could disable or kill us with just one strike of her staff.
Sarah sounds amazing with her deadly skills in melee combat. Sarah Seraphim has been seen to parkour to rooftops to be a sniper. The FBI says Sarah is a terrorist, spy, infiltrator, assassin.
How can anyone stand up to Sarah Chiquita Norris?
It's like on TV, how she single-handedly fought a dozen people.
She was like a bad superhero, jumping over counters and killing us. That white devil Sarah and the G-Team gotta be stopped. The G-Team are remorseless killers. Their story needs to end.
It's obvious Sarah didn't run into a store and attack 12 people without reason. Our witness is not telling the whole story. I watched the store surveillance video showing Sarah fighting the smash and grab gang. Sarah saw a robbery and got involved, albeit as a vigilante. Sarah pulled out her bow staff and, like a machine, whacked the thugs until they fled. Sarah stopped the store robbery by herself using a stick. She's a bad sass. I think alleged victim Chuck Schaff led the smash and grab robbery. Chuck Schaff should be glad he survived his encounter with Fire Angel Sarah Seraphim. I think it's time for our next guest. Give it up for nurse and receptionist Loretta Cancero.
They stole scrubs and impersonated doctors.
Why would the G-Team steal medical scrubs and want to be fake doctors?
They wore medical scrubs to pretend to be doctors. Those G-Team miscreants wanted to infiltrate the hospital.
Why would the G-Team want to get into a hospital? The hospital isn't guarded, right? Why wouldn't the G-Team just walk inside? Why would they need doctor clothing, scrubs, whatever, and feign being doctors?
They stole access badges and scrubs. They entered offices. They had their reasons. Just because I don't know why someone does something, it doesn't mean they don't have reasons.
Okay, got it. They had some objective that required they appear as doctors. We'll never know what their reasons were. But you're sure they did something bad?
The FBI even investigated and combed through everything the G-Team did. The FBI didn't find anything. But we all know the G-Team is evil. The G-Team definitely did something bad. We can be confident in that. They also tried to sweet-talk me into giving them information on doctors and patients. Of course, I didn't share a thing. I know the rules and laws. Rejected, the G-Team left. But cameras showed them later sneak in and steal medical scrubs. They were seen entering administrator and doctor offices. No one knows what they did. But I can assure you, they were up to no good. Whatever it was that they did, they're evil.
This all sounds like one big nothing burger. It's got no meat. Basically, it comes down to this. Let's break it down. First, the G-Team enters the hospital and talks to the receptionist. Not scary at all. Next, they don't get what they want, so they leave the hospital. Not unusual. Third, the G-Team sneaks in later and steals medical scrubs to disguise themselves as doctors. They wander around the public hospital, enter some offices to do nothing. They didn't steal anything. They didn't hurt anyone. They did nothing bad at all.
Wait, no, they're bad. The G-Team are wicked terrorists up to no good.
There's nothing showing the G-Team are bad guys here. It makes me wonder, why is the G-Team being portrayed as evil? What's the motive? Who's behind their being framed as aggressors and terrorists? Gotta say, it makes me wonder. It makes me wonder a lot. Let's close this out. The G-Team hospital invasion is a fake news nothing burger. Alrighty then. Thanks for your time, Loretta. We're moving on to our next guest. Pay heed here, as we have Mobster Lieutenant Carmine Luso Arrighetti calling in.
I worked with the G-Team. They were good people. Friends.
You worked with the G-Team? Really? How did that work out for you?
The G-Team never lied. They did everything they promised to do. The G-Team is honorable and trustworthy. They're being set up by someone. Unfortunately, whoever is trying to make the G-Team look bad is doing a good job.
Are you saying you know the G-Team is being framed? Why? And by who?
You know I have the proof, or I wouldn't have said as much. Let me explain. The G-Team hired me to recruit soldiers to help them get inside a fortress bunker. They wanted to get inside a bioweapon lab in upstate New York. They intended to stop the lab by any means necessary, to protect people, they said. I hired a lot of people to go and fight for their mission. Things went sideways fast for the soldiers I hired. They were all killed.
What? Your soldiers were all murdered? How? What happened?
My guys went to the west side of the lab and attacked with fireworks. The G-Team used the fireworks attack as a distraction to enter the lab from the east. The plan worked. The G-Team got inside. They did what they had to do. But my guys, they were counterattacked by robots from hell. But flying drones with guns swarmed and blasted everyone. Robot hellhounds dashed into the forest and ripped the guys apart. Huge biped robots with rifles entered the forest and hunted any survivors. And there were gun turrets mounted everywhere around the alleged research lab. They called and sent photos as they were being slaughtered. There was nothing they could do. The G team did not do anything bad up there, like the FBI says. They're innocent.
I'm dumbstruck on this. The FBI said the G team killed all those people in Lilydale. But you have phone calls and even photos and videos showing robots killed those people? Why has the FBI gone to such lengths to make the G team look so destructive? What is their end game? Where's the payoff for making the G team scapegoats?
There's not much more to say. The G team is innocent of the allegation. I will send you the proof after the show. I want the truth out there.
Who blew up the lab then? Did the G team do that?
It was not the plan. I don't know how they could have done it. I'd say the G team did not blow up the facility. They're innocent.
Wow, we have yet another case of FBI lies unraveling before our very eyes. Okay, it's time for our next guest. Incredibly, we have mob big boss Barney Bellomo joining us. It's just incredible.
I'm here to set the record straight. They're good.
I don't mean any disrespect, but I gotta ask some serious questions. That's okay with you, right?
I expect only serious questions, nothing less. My being here is serious in itself. I don't do social media, you understand? It is not my thing, as they say.
Mr. Barney Bellomo, we're really excited to have you on the show. And I promise, we'll keep everything serious. You got it. If it's cool with you, please stop me if I say something that offends you.
Just call me Barney. It's easy and feels less formal. I like it that way.
You got it, Barney. Serious topics with an informal style. Let's do this. What can you tell us about the G team or about Rick Liberty?
You need to understand something. I don't trust most people. I think most people are cheats that will do anything to benefit themselves. Therefore, I don't like most people very much. I like people that prove they can be trusted and they do what they say. Rick Liberty and the G team showed me they valued honor. I saw integrity and fierce loyalty in their eyes. They were intense and overtly religious.
What makes you say the G team is overtly religious? That's an odd thing to say.
It's complicated, and much of my answer may cast doubt on my sanity. I am very much sane, and I have my wits about me. So prepare for the impossible to be true.
Let me start this by saying, I am a devout believer in God.
People will sit and double-cross, using religion as a tool, weapon, or excuse.
So you're a religious guy who commands an army of so-called independent contractor soldiers. How does all this lead to showing the G team is so honorable and faithful?
I asked them to do some errands, which they did perfectly. They're professionals.
They asked for a favor too, for which they paid a handsome sum. Again, very professional.
Can you share anything about the errands they went on? Can you talk about what the favor was and how much the G team paid?
No, I have no details for you on errands, money, or favors. Uso is my lieutenant. He's like my chief of staff. He manages and coordinates things. Well, I delegated the G-Team's commitments to Lusso, whom you just interviewed. And let me underscore that everything Lusso told you is 100% true.
It sounds like you're corroborating the G-Team attacked the bioweapon lab in upstate New York.
Yes, it all happened as Lusso described. It was a horrible, tragic outcome. The facility was not a bioweapon lab. It was not a lab at all. That place was a fortress, built for experiments on living human adults and children.
Hold on, are you saying all that bad stuff has been going on here in New York?
It is a fact. Evil happens everywhere, regardless if we pay attention or look for it. That pit was home to a devil-worshipping cult that calls itself the Cult of Baal. Those cultists also trafficked people and sold their body parts. You get the idea, right? That place was a devil fortress of evil.
Respectfully, this is bat-snit crazy. With cults trafficking people and body parts? Are you saying the cult experiments on people before they do more bad stuff to them? So, we're to believe a devil cult operates in a robot-guarded fortress in upstate New York?
The Devil's Cult of Baal was operating a dark lab in New York. The G-Team was on a mission to stop the cult from torturing, trafficking, and killing people. They succeeded, despite the cost to my crew.
I still can't believe all those guys were killed by robots. That's nuts!
Let's get to the point, how I came to trust Rick Liberty and the G-Team. When meeting with Rick Liberty, I saw the impossible with my own eyes. Rick Liberty revealed that he possessed a knife, which he called a dagger. Rick's knife was no ordinary knife, ignited in flame whenever he pulled it out. It burned so hot the temperature in the room rose 10 degrees.
Now you're telling me Rick Liberty runs around with a fiery, flaming dagger? Next, you're gonna tell me he is a superhero, right? Where is this going?
They're not superheroes, but they are on a mission for God.
Wait a minute! They're on a mission for God? What exactly is their mission?
You have to have faith in God and believe there's a war between good and evil. Let me just say, I am faithful. I will help the G-Team. The G-Team owns their mission, but I know humanity's existence depends on them.
Holy moly! The G-Team's mission for God is to save humanity! Crazy!
That's their mission. I answered your questions and told the facts as they are. You still haven't heard a twist to it all. Only Rick can make the dagger burn. He tried to make the dagger ignite, but nothing happened. Only Rick was able to light the dagger like he had an on-off switch.
That's weird. Why do you think the flames only work for Rick? Rick is blessed by God to make that knife of his ignite in fire.
Rick's dagger cut open a bank vault door. It is not of this world.
God blessed Rick to be the only person on Earth able to use God's knife.
Barney, you must know this stuff is way out there, in outer space.
Another member of the G team named Katie could essentially read minds.
Katie detected deception perfectly. No lie got past her. She's amazing.
Now you're saying the G team can read minds. Sounds like more bat snit.
I came here to tell you the way it is. I showed you how the G team is good. Our entire existence depends on the G team and on Rick Liberty. There's a lot of stuff we can't understand. At some point, you have to act on faith.
Before I go, let me say a few things. They're important to hear.
Rick Liberty and his crew may be the most noble and faithful people I've ever met. I've never seen God's wrath burning in anyone's eyes, like I saw in their eyes. I support Rick Liberty doing anything to succeed in the G Team's mission for God. It is a fact. The G Team really is on a mission for God.
I am not joking. Rick Liberty and the G Team are God's champions. The rest is up to you to believe. God is working through the G Team.
So, the G team are superheroes after all. Thanks for your time, Barney. If what you've said is true, we better hope the FBI doesn't stop humanity's saviors. It would be bad if the FBI and Interpol unintentionally ended humanity. Crazy stuff. I don't know what to make of this. And this stuff from Big Boss Barney? Wow. If all this is true, then go G Team. If not true, what a legend Rick is. It's time to hear from police shooting witness, Vanessa Lancet.
It was awful. They killed 2 officers without remorse.
I can't even imagine what you felt seeing 2 people murdered. What did you see the G Team do? How did they kill the officers?
It was so scary. There were 2 officers at the Manhattan subway entrance. The G Team blonde woman called Taylor. She was there. That G Team Taylor woman was arguing with the police about something. They started yelling and the officer drew his gun in defense. As the G Team watched on, their vicious blonde killer took action. She attacked.
You just sat back and watched, and they didn't care that you were watching them?
They didn't seem to notice me or care about me. I was fortunately irrelevant to them.
Taylor went feral. She leapt on the officer and took his gun from him. She slammed the man down to the ground and then broke his neck with her foot.
OMG. You watched the G Team's Taylor Everest disarm and kill a cop. This is incredibly disturbing stuff, Vanessa. Please go on.
Taylor immediately turned and fired the officer's gun at the second policeman. The second officer fell backward, tumbling down the stairs into the subway.
In seconds, both officers were dead. I ran in fear they might come after me.
It's unbelievable how deadly Taylor Everest was. She is so lethal and fast. The FBI says she is a former Special Forces soldier. I doubt most policemen could counter her attacks, given she's a military combat veteran.
I have nothing else to share. It was so incredibly scary. The G team is deadly. It operates without fear of consequence. The G team needs to be stopped. Things aren't safe while they rage out there.
One thing is weird to me. It's actually very suspicious to me. Taylor didn't attack or do anything but yell until the officer pulled a gun on her. Once her life was threatened, she reacted and used her military skill. Taylor used her military melee experience to swiftly neutralize her threats. She had to neutralize threats to herself, the G team, and their mission. No one, including a cop, should draw a gun unless they intend to use it. I suspect Taylor was just defending herself. I don't think she was in the wrong here. It seems like the G team may have been justified after all. Maybe the FBI is exaggerating this too, to vilify the G team. It makes me wonder who is the puppet master pulling the FBI's strings. This Mission for God stuff sounds like a crazy movie. Seems like we're in a wait and see for the G team. Thank you for your time, Miss Lancet. It's time for our next guest. We have a couple from a Riverdale, New York mansion where the G team invaded and destroyed. Let's hear from the caretaker couple who are house sitting a Riverdale vacation home. Give it up for Riverdale vacation home caretaker wife, Thelma Riot.
I was outside when black vans and SUVs rolled in, full of police.
So you were there when the firefight was going on. Weren't you scared?
FBI agents were everywhere, hunting for the G team.
You're telling us the FBI showed up like they knew where the G team was hiding.
Yes, the FBI just drove up like they had a plan. They were armed and ready. They were prepared to deal with the G team. They were ready for a firefight. There were dozens of police and FBI agents fanning out across the neighborhood.
Thelma, what was the G team doing when the FBI showed up?
I saw the G team split up and canvass the neighborhood, looking for trouble. It seemed like the G team knew the FBI and police were coming.
Hold on, how could the G team know the cops or the FBI were coming?
How could I know what the G team knows and how they know it?
That's fair. You're being a fair witness by saying only what you saw without assumptions. I'll try to stop interrupting so much for a bit, Thelma. Please continue.
Like I said, the G team knew the FBI and police were coming. I saw Sarah Seraphim on a rooftop as a sniper. She was ready to kill. The G Team's Bob Cervantes and Taylor Everest hid nearby with guns.
It sounds like the G Team was setting up an ambush for the incoming agents.
Rick Liberty and Katie Devine invaded another home, where later I heard gunshots blast.
It was after those gunshots that all heck broke loose outside.
What did they shoot? Or were they shot at? What happened in that house?
I have no idea what happened inside that house, including the gunshots.
After the shots were fired in that house, everything that followed was nightmarish. The FBI and police had driven up in their cars and vans.
They started shooting at the G Team, and the G Team shot back at them. It was crazy. Bullets were flying everywhere. People were dying.
You just hid and watched the huge shootout? You didn't flee?
You weren't after me. I'm a non-threatening old woman. I felt safe.
But you said bullets were flying everywhere. Couldn't a stray bullet kill you?
I didn't feel endangered at the time, and I needed to wait for my husband.
Where was your husband in all this? What was he doing? Was he safe?
The G Team had my husband inside the house as a hostage. I don't think the police expected the G Team would be so well prepared.
Dead agents and police were everywhere, but they kept fighting. Not a single G Team terrorist was hurt. They were never shot at all.
It was like they were immune to the bullets. They were acting cavalier, crazy.
How on earth can the G Team never get hit by a single bullet? Once again, the G Team seems like superheroes that are protected by God.
Despite the G Team's killing so many people, they were forced to fall back.
They retreated to the mansion where we were house sitting. They released my husband. Once he was free, the G Team blew up the house. They destroyed everything.
Reunited with my husband, we fled the madness in our car.
We have a lot of unanswered questions. What was the G Team doing in Riverdale? Who fired the first shot? This whole thing sounds like a lot of speculation and imagination. What we do know is this: the G Team was attacked and they defended themselves. Their defense was especially deadly, but they were not the aggressors. Even with all the carnage and death, I am finding it hard to blame the G Team. Okay, let's move on to our next guest. Let's move on to the second Riverside Vacation Mansion caretaker. Please welcome Riverdale mansion sitter and caretaker husband, Ben Riot.
They locked me in a room in a house they blew up after I escaped.
How did you escape from being held captive, locked in a room?
The G-Team didn't tie the ropes too tight because I am old and frail. They left me alone a lot during the few days they kept me hostage.
How many days were you held captive, and did they feed you? How did you handle your bio needs? Did you have access to a bathroom?
I was their hostage for over 3 days, bound and locked in a dark bedroom. They put a headset on me to prevent me from hearing their plans. They let me listen to music on the headset to help pass the time. My bedroom prison and its adjoining bathroom became my world for those days.
Again, how'd you escape being bound in ropes and locked up in a bedroom?
One day they did a bad job tying my ropes after my meal. I was able to wriggle and get out of the ropes. Once free of the ropes, I escaped through the bedroom window.
It sounds like they treated you well, giving you meals, a bedroom, and a bathroom. Are you saying the G-Team messed up and did a poor job tying you up one day? That sounds very weird to me. The G-Team has proven to be very competent. It's a hard sell to believe the G-Team would make such a simple but big mistake. It seems mighty unlikely the G-Team suddenly became so incompetent.
I don't know why the G-Team got sloppy tying me up. I am glad they had a bad day, because it meant I could escape.
Let's get back to your story. We heard you got free of the ropes restraining you. What happened after you escaped through the bedroom window?
I climbed down from the second story and fled from the house as fast as I could. I found my wife and we drove away in our car right before the house exploded. We barely got out of there alive. It's a miracle my wife and I survived. The G-Team is a terrifying group with a dark agenda. Someone needs to stop the G-Team before more death and destruction happens.
I have a few more questions. They should be quick. If you were locked up for several days, where was your wife all that time?
I don't know. She was hiding outside somewhere, I don't know where.
Why didn't Thelma call 911 for help, given you were captive for several days? Something is off here. What was Thelma doing instead of getting help?
Thelma can get distracted, get forgetful, and not think clearly. She probably had an episode, a senior moment, and didn't think of 911.
Come on. You expect us to believe your wife never thought to get help? It seems unlikely that she hid in bushes for several days, but never sought help from a neighbor. Your wife, Thelma, left you as a hostage without any effort to help you or herself. How did Thelma eat or use the bathroom while hiding outside? This story is riddled with holes and inconsistencies. It feels like a big cup of lies.
We're not the bad guys here. You're making it sound like we're hiding something. What we did doesn't matter. What matters is what evil the G-Team did.
Things seem dishonest, as if you're following talking points from a script, like actors. There are a lot of weird inconsistencies and contradictions in you and your wife's accounting of events. There's one especially big, direct contradiction to your story, Ben. Your wife, Thelma, said the G-Team returned to the house and released you. But you said that you got free and escaped through the window on your own. Which is it? What actually happened, Ben? What's the truth?
Thelma just saw the G-Team go inside and didn't know I escaped on my own. You see, it all makes sense. We're the victims here. The G-Team is bad.
I'm calling it. It's clear there's a cover-up and a lot of deception playing out here. The caretaker couple, Thelma and Ben, have conflicting stories. They're lying. I can't see how Thelma camped outside for days without seeking help. It seems like their story is made up of mostly lies, if not all lies. I have to call it. Ben and Thelma have spun a big fictional story. They've been deceiving us. I don't believe anything they've been saying. Thanks for your time, Ben. We're moving to our next interview. Finally, let's hear from a Riverdale affluent neighbor who saw the G-Team's home invasion. There was a third Riverdale witness. A neighbor saw everything go down. Please welcome Riverdale Mansion neighbor and witness, Linda Lawson.
They occupied a residence and later blew it up.
Linda, what can you share about what happened there in Riverdale? How long was the G-Team hiding out in the mansion they invaded? Did they blow up the mansion entirely or just blast parts of it?
The G-Team just drove up one day in a black Ford Expedition. They went inside and seemed to be working with the caretakers, Ben and Thelma.
Wait a minute, the G-Team and caretakers, Ben and Thelma, were working together? What were they doing with each other? Was there any sign of distress?
There was no sign of distress. They were friendly and got along fine. I don't want to contradict Ben and Thelma, but their story is not what happened.
Please share what you saw happen, Linda. I look forward to hearing the truth.
The G-Team seemed to use the house as a home base, where they came and went a lot. A few days into their stay, I heard gunshots up the street. I went outside to see what was going on, naturally. What I saw was insane. I saw men and women wearing robes and hoods armed with guns.
You saw people wearing cloaks and hoods with guns? That's bat-snit crazy.
Yes, and more hooded people kept coming, driving up by the carload. The G-Team were like Spec Ops super soldiers. They were lethal. The cloaked gunmen fired incessantly at the G-Team, but they somehow missed. The G-Team, however, did not miss. They killed the cloaked attackers one by one.
Alrighty, the God-protected superhero G-Team was unharmed by their attackers. These hooded guys sound like they're from the Devil's Cult of Baal. It sounds like they came hunting for the G-Team, but the G-Team was ready to defend.
You know, the attackers did look a lot like cultists in dark robes and cowls. I have to share one more thing. It was just so unexpected. I saw what appeared to be the psychiatrist-neurologist Dr. Caselli.
OMG, are you saying you saw Dr. Caselli with the attacking cultist?
It's hard to believe, but I saw Rick's psychiatrist, Dr. Caselli, from when he was in prison. I know it was Dr. Caselli because I've seen him a lot on TV about Rick Liberty. Dr. Caselli was standing outside the house, where the first gunshots came from. When the shooting stopped, he was gone. I only saw him at the start.
Linda, your story is wild, but it's plausible, especially with G-Team involvement. I don't see lies and deception woven in your story, unlike Ben and Thelma. I'm going with Linda's story of what happened. It's the most plausible, even if wild. It's once again time for our next guest. Please welcome renowned rifle-toting kid Wrightenhouse to the show.
They saved my life! Don't believe the lies, they're good!
I hate lies, deception, and misdirection. What lies are you talking about?
They say the G-Team is dangerous and operates without morality. They say the same things about me.
The G-Team and I are standing up to thugs, cons, and bad actors.
What's your story? Are you still saying you were attacked by rioters?
Yeah, my story is short. I was guarding a store for a friend.
I brought my rifle in case something happened, so I could defend myself.
A mob of people swarmed the store in a smash and grab theft. I raised my rifle and told them to stand down and leave. But the thieves didn't leave. They attacked me instead. I didn't want to really shoot anyone, so I ran. Those thugs chased me and yelled that they were going to kill me.
This is the same story you've told 1,000 times. How's the G-Team involved?
Out of nowhere, a blonde woman stepped out in between me and the mob leader. It was Taylor Everest from the G-Team. She confronted the mob by herself. Taylor aimed a pistol right at the mob leader's face, point blank. The leader saw Taylor was serious with a gun in her face. She ran away in fear.
Taylor Everest, once again, steps in as a vigilante and saves the day.
I would have been hurt bad or killed were it not for Taylor saving me.
What did the other rioters do, seeing their leader run away?
I ran away myself from the rioters, but Taylor held them back at gunpoint.
It sounds like Taylor pulled no punches and made clear the mob had better stop. It sounds like Taylor stopped the rioting mob all by herself. Amazing.
The G-Team are heroes. We should all strive to be like them.
The more we learn about the G-Team, the more we see they really are righteous superheroes. Our world would be a better place if everyone stood up against bad people. It's time to hear from our last guest for today. Next up is Black Lives Matter, BLM official and leader, Fern Forgo.
They put a gun to my head. Seriously, they were gonna kill me.
Who threatened you with a gun? What was their issue with you? What went through your mind with a gun literally in your face?
It was that G-Team white supremacist Taylor Everest that threatened me. That elitist bee of a woman singled me out because she is racist. Taylor Everest makes privileged Karens look kind. Taylor is vile.
It seems like having a gun in your face inspired a lot of retaliatory, hateful venom. It's clear the G-Team has become your public enemy #1.
I got no venom. What I have is a need for justice. You want to know what I felt when Taylor held a gun in my face? Well, I'll tell you. I thought of all the people I wouldn't be able to help that would suffer with me dead.
It sounds like you're a saint in your own eyes. Weren't you leading a mob of people in pursuit of the rifle-toting kid Rittenhouse?
A group of us were chasing Rittenhouse because he was a right-wing white supremacist.
Your group was robbing a store. How's that make Rittenhouse a supremacist or racist?
That's misinformation. They were shopping when Rittenhouse decided to intimidate them. It backfired. We united to stop his abuse. He ran from us. He ran from justice.
You're saying he was running from justice? Not just from your mob army? More likely is Rittenhouse ran when the thugs attacked him for defending the store.
He deserved a beating for his white privileged attitude.
Let's get back to G-Team Taylor Everest. What happened when she aimed a gun at you?
I'm not stupid. I wasn't armed and she looked crazy, so I ran. I didn't look back. I was not about to mess with the G-Team terrorists.
This story offered no real insight except for two things. Taylor Everest is heroic, if not a bona fide real-world superhero. BLM Fern Forgu had no facts, but she did have hateful venom. Thanks for your time, Fern. I hope you find justice. That was our last guest for today's Max Time podcast. We're all out of guests. Here's what I think we learned. The G-Team is a group of people with superhero powers gifted by God. The G-Team can read minds, detect lies, and cut through vault doors with a fiery dagger. Apparently, the G-Team is protected by God and cannot be harmed. And of course, the G-Team is on a mission for God, which is to save humanity. This all sounds bat-snit crazy. But what if it's all true? Time will show if the G-Team are superheroes on a mission for God or just legends. We learned Rick Liberty has powerful friends in the mafia. The G-Team is connected. Mysteriously, Dr. Caselli is involved with the cult of Baal. What's that about? We saw repeated FBI attempts to frame the G-Team to vilify them. It looks like we found a lot of truth today on Max Time. Always seek the truth. It will set you free. Until next time, be cool. It's time to drive on. Max Time is hitting the road. Until next podcast.
Yo, it's Max Logan here to say it's Max Time, come what may. It's Max Time, come what may. Truth and reason light the way.